Hello there, dear viewer. Welcome to my Halloween style video. In this one, I would like to do something unique, and for the sake of Halloween, I would like to create a unique axe, what I would call the FrankenAxe. So what I'm going to do is take these ready-made axes and weld them together to create this sort of a large double-bladed battle axe. And since it's Halloween, I think I might put on like a 3D printed mask and of course have some fun with all of this. So we are going to make sure to smash some stuff at the end of this video. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into action and build the FrankenAxe. Alright, so as you could have seen, I got the axes welded. There is a slight curve to the blades, which is of course intended. We don't make mistakes here, just happy little accidents. So now what I need to do is connect both of these together, and I have decided to do this by cutting off this attachment section and welding it here like this. This I think will be the easiest in terms of attaching a handle. I have chosen this handle. I have bought it at a store. As you can see, it's rated for 2.5 kilos, which is going to be interesting because each of these axe heads is 2 kilos, so hopefully it won't break over my head. We will see. So let's get into it.
Two 2,000 years later.
Alright, and onto the subject of making the handle. So I tried to do it with a small handsaw. That didn't really work, so I'm going to take a chainsaw. I have this notch here, and I'm going to cut it to size. Hopefully that will be good enough to make it fit. Since the blade of the axe, as I mentioned, is slightly crooked, slightly curved, it might be difficult getting it in, but I think I will find a way how to do it, so let's get into it. Alright, so as you could have seen, the handle is in. I'm now going to secure it with a cam, for which I will reuse this piece of X head. One thing I'm slightly concerned is this gap right here. So I'm kind of worried if I drive the steel wedge in there that this piece of wood will chip. So my idea is to take this piece of wood, jam it in there, glue it all together, and then drive the cam inside. So let's see how that will go. Alright, so as you can see, the X is in a workable state, but I'm not yet satisfied with it because the handle, as I mentioned before, is rated for 2.5 kilograms of head weight. This is much more. I would say it's like 4 to 5 kilos. And at some point I would like to try and chop wood with this. So I think I'm going to try to reinforce the side of the handle, hopefully to improve the maximum stress it can take. And also the other thing is that it's kind of unsightly at this point, so I would like to sand down the blade, paint it with a nice paint, and do the same to the handle. I don't really like this red paint at the bottom, so I'm gonna grind all of this and repaint it to make it nice. So let's get into it. Alright, so I have 3D printed a cover like this, and my idea is to sort of cover up these steel reinforcements that I have welded on. I think it really kind of fits the theme of this axe, you know, being stitched together like the Frankenstein monster. So what I'm gonna do now is take this 3D printed plastic shell and glue it on top of it, sort of just to try to tie all of it together. I'm of course going to do it with the epoxy glue, so let's see how it turns out. Alright, so the reinforcement of the handle is now pretty much done with the shell, with the 3D printed shell on top of it. Now what I'm going to do now is apply a little bit of resin to fill in the cavities around the wooden handle. Alright, so the first pouring of the resin into the handle was a complete mess. For some reason I thought I would just mix the whole can and dump it in, not a good idea. It's not a liquid, so lesson learned. What has actually worked in my favor is the fact that over the course of time, the resin sunk into the handle. And obviously there are like no leaks, so it means it's filling up the cavities inside the 3D printed shell. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to try to be a bit smarter. I will mix a smaller amount of resin and just try to fill it in. Hopefully this time it will go a bit better than before. So yeah, let's do it. Oh, come on. Fucking hell. Fuck it, let's just finish it somehow. Oh, so, well, as you could have seen, the wrap didn't go exactly well. There is a huge gaping hole here. I was first trying to go for that nice overlap sort of wrap, didn't get it. For any future projects, I at least have a reference how not to do it, but I guess that's it for this one. I will finish up this little bit in the future. And for now, let's go ahead and try to test this axe and smash some things.